Cuban health officials battling COVID-19 were counting on a donation of face masks, diagnostic kits and ventilators in late March from Chinese electronics giant Alibaba and the Jack Ma Foundation. But the U.S. trade embargo on Cuba kept it from arriving. That's because the U.S. company hired by Alibaba to deliver the shipment backed out at the last minute, citing rules of the blockade, despite the embargo's exceptions for food and medical aid. Cuba's ambassador to Beijing, Carlos Miguel Pereira, denounced the action in an article published on the blog of Cuba in China, saying, quote, "Things are always more difficult for Cuba. Not even in times of pandemic are Cubans allowed to breathe easily." The Jack Ma Foundation announced huge donations of masks, testing kits and ventilators for countries affected by the new coronavirus all around the world, from Asia to the Americas, including the United States. But Cuba was the only nation on that list that would not receive the medical aid. On his Twitter account, Cuban President Miguel Díaz-Canel blamed the U.S. policy of sanctions against the island for thwarting the arrival here of the medical shipment. For years, the international community has called on the U.S. to drop the nearly 60-year embargo, with an even greater push now coming from human rights groups to lift the blockade during the coronavirus pandemic. Even before reporting its first COVID-19 case, Cuba reached out to help China, contributing one of its flagship biotech products to treat Chinese patients. Cuba's prime minister spoke of China's appreciation during a recent TV appearance.
We have modestly contributed our interferon, which has been administered with good results, and we have received the acknowledgement of the Chinese people.
And now, when Cubans are fighting hard against COVID-19 with an increasing number of patients, they're still helping other nations. A stranded British cruise ship with sick people on board was assisted here last month. And hundreds of Cuban medical specialists have been dispatched to hard-hit countries around the world, leaving their own families and community behind. Luis Chirino, CGTN, Havana.